the first steps whenever you're doing factorization?
I did xy into 5
Ananya, what is,
into
no, I'm Ananya asking you what is the first step whenever we do factorization? What do we do? Check for common factors.
yes,
So what are the common factors in these two? How many terms are there here?
2.
Two terms. So in these two terms first, what are the common factors? Let's take that out.
So 2 and 2x and minus 5y.
So this is the common factor. So we open a bracket then. Divide the first term with this. What will be remaining? If you divide this with this one, what will we get remaining?
3x plus 4y.
In brackets, remember, we put the same sign. Then
3
yeah.
multiplied by 3x minus y.
How 3x minus y? X minus y.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And because there's a minus sign outside, so I'm going to keep a bracket here. Remember this.
Yes.
So we'll have this one bracket here also. Open this now. So we'll have 2x minus 5y into
Plus
3x plus
4y
4y minus open a bracket. So we get 3x minus 3y.
Yes.
All right. Then 2 into 2x minus 5y. Again brackets. 3x plus 4y minus 3x plus 3y.
Yes.
Right? So 3x and 3x gets cancelled. Then what are we left with?
2 multiplied by 2x minus 5y and into 7y.
Which is nothing but 14y into 2x minus 5y.
Okay.
Right? Everyone clear on this? Okay, let's go to the next one. So we'll be done with 1, 10. Give me a second. Okay, Ananya, a squared plus b minus ab minus of a. Tell me.
Oh, a b minus ab into a plus 1.
I didn't get you.
A plus b.
Where is a plus b? We have a squared plus b. So where is a?
A squared.
If I group these two terms, is there anything common in all four factors, in all the four terms?
No.
So the first way in which we always do, we do common factors, then we do grouping. We cannot do common factors, right? Because all four terms, if we see, there's nothing common. So the next answer would be to rearrange and group. If I group these two terms, anything common in these two?
No.
So we have to rearrange. Let's try to rearrange them. Let's try a squared minus a plus b minus ab. Let's try this one.
Okay. So
A and a here. So now let's group this.
okay.
Yeah.
So a bracket a minus 1 plus b minus 1 minus a.
Now, how do I put 1 minus a into a minus 1? How do I do this?
Minus b into 1 a minus 1.
Correct? So now what is common in both of them?
A minus 1.
And we'll get a minus b.
Minus b. Okay.
What was the problem?
I couldn't solve.
Let's go through these steps. Remember, whenever we are doing factorization, first take common factors. If not, then group. If you cannot group, rearrange. And then group again. If even this is not applicable, then we use identities. Okay, this is the sequence you have to go for every factorization problem. No matter, even if you can rearrange and group, if a common factor is there first, always common factor will come out. Remember that. Okay, 12th. A squared x squared plus ax squared plus 1 into x plus a. Ananya, tell me, 3 terms, can we group them? Anything common on all 3? First step is common factors. Anything common here?
Yeah.
Ananya, anything common here?
No.
So let's rearrange. So the only way to rearrange is x squared plus a plus ax squared plus 1 into x, right?
Yes.
Usually what you would do in these kind of problems is you would open this up, right? Because then we would get 1, 2, 3, 4 terms and then we would group. Why I'm not
Yeah.
opening it up? Because if we see over here, if I take out a common, I'll get ax squared plus 1 itself. So I don't need to ultimately I'll be repeating myself if I open this, right?
Okay.
So what am I going to do? I'm just going to group this. Then I'm going to write a outside as common. So I'll get ax squared plus 1 plus ax squared plus 1 into x. Same thing what we had earlier. Now what is common in both of these? Ax squared plus 1 into a plus x.
Okay.
Right? Usually remember in these kind of problems, always try to open this. Why we did not open this? Because ultimately I would reach to the same one.
Okay.
Aryan, pay attention. Right? Is this clear, everyone? Sarah, 19th, 17th question.
Yes, sir.
Give me a second. We have x squared plus y squared plus x plus y plus 2xy. Okay, same thing. All the terms, any common factors?
Yes, sir.
All terms, any common
No,
factor? 1,
not
2,
all.
3, 4, 5. There
No.
are five terms.
No, sir.
Now the problem is, whenever we've been grouping, right, we always group in pairs, right? Usually that's what we do.
Yes.
So there was usually even number of terms. Okay?
Yes.
But here we've got 5 terms. So what we will have to do is we'll have to group the terms in such a way that I get 3 terms in one and 2 in the other. So is there anything that you can see in this question in which you can, group 3 terms in such a way that we can factorize them using an identity?
Identity. Then
What
it
if
will
I
be
do?
x squared
What if I do
plus
this?
y squared
Yeah.
plus 2xy.
Because this identity is already there. Now I'm going to
Oh,
group
yeah.
this and I'm going to group this. What will I get when I group this?
X squared plus x plus y, the whole thing squared.
Right? Now again x plus y. So you see again I'm at a binomial now. Now we can easily factorize. What is common in both these terms?
X plus y.
Again, open a bracket, divide the first term by the second term, by this common term. What will we get?
X plus y minus 1.
Minus 1. How?
Oh, plus.
Plus.
Oh, plus.
Again, x plus y. Open the bracket. So x plus y plus 1. Right? So now these are the new kinds of sums which will come in factorization this year, is when we have to use identities to basically factorize. Okay. So here the grouping comes and we use identities rather than just common factors. So this is what you need to figure out. Okay.
Sir, can you take the 18th one also?
Yeah, I'm doing the 18th one. Fine. Paki 18th. A squared plus 4b squared minus 3a plus 6b minus 4ab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terms. Okay. Tell me now, what can we do?
A square plus 4b square minus 4ab minus 3a plus 6b.
Plus 4b squared minus 2 to 4ab minus 3a plus 6b.
Yes.
Now, what do you want to group?
Then ab square into a plus 2b. Oh, that way.
Let's group this first, right?
Yeah.
But now what do I do as soon as I see a minus sign outside? What will I put inside?
A 3a minus.
Minus. I'll change the sign to minus. Remember this. Right?
Yeah.
This is one important part where we tend to make a very stupid mistake. We don't do this. So as soon as you're grouping and you see that there's a minus sign outside, don't wait, change the sign first. Now what can we write the first one as?
Okay.
Yeah.
A square plus b square plus 2ab. No.
I can write this as a the whole thing square plus 2b the whole thing square
Yeah.
minus
And 2 into,
2 into a into 2b,
yeah.
right? And here, what about
Yes.
I can take out 3 as common?
Yeah.
What will I
A
get?
plus 2b.
A plus 2b. Okay, factorize. What's
A minus b whole square.
No, not my a minus b. What is it? A minus
2b.
2b.
Oh,
Don't
sorry.
forget that.
A
Right?
minus 2b whole square.
I did not do it directly. This is why I put this intermediary step so that we know the values of x and y. If we do
Okay.
x minus y the whole thing square, now we know this is x and this is y. So similarly, replace it here. Okay, this only helps to do it. The whole thing square minus 3
a plus 2b.
A minus 2b. Sorry about this.
Okay.
Remember there was a minus sign outside?
Yeah.
To minus here in this bracket, so the same bracket will come down. Now,
A minus 2b.
Yeah.
Into a minus 2b minus 3.
You must be wondering why I'm putting this bracket, sir, because this is usually a habit with me. Whenever I have a binomial, I keep it in brackets. Okay, it only takes one extra step because in case this was here, right, and this was a square, then what would happen is this minus sign changes everything. So I usually, just to avoid making mistakes, I put the binomials, trinomials in the brackets, and then I open, even if it's a plus or a minus. It just makes it takes only one more step and you minimize the chances of making stupid mistakes.
Okay.
Right, so that's the final answer. Clear? And last is 19th. Sarah, 19th?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I think you should be able to do this now. M into x minus 3y, the whole thing squared, plus n into 3y minus x plus 5x minus 15y. Okay, tell me now, what do we do?
First, we multiply m by x.
Why you want to do that?
xm.
Why you want to do that? Can't you see that we have x minus 3y here and 3y minus x here? So I just basically have to switch them. And if I take this common, I group this, then again I'll get x minus 3y here. So why you want to open it again? They've already factorized it for you, right?
Okay.
And we have how many
So
terms?
if you want to,
so what am I going to do here now? So how do I switch this?
so it will be minus n and then x minus 3y.
Correct. Now what is common over here?
5.
So I take out 5 also, I'll get x minus
5 minus 3, x minus 3y.
Now you see that I'm getting x minus 3y all common in this. So whenever you just, instead of just blindly just opening brackets and, wasting time, look at the question for a minute, for 30 seconds, take 10 to 15 seconds to look at the question, see if you can spot anything which is coming out common. It'll save you a lot of time, okay? Because in your exams, one major problem comes is we run out of time. That is because we don't look at the question and understand what needs to be done. We just blindly go and solve it. Okay, continue.
So, x minus 3y will be common.
Yeah.
And then it will be m multiplied by x minus 3y.
Yeah.
Minus n plus 5.
Okay, continue.
X minus 3y multiplied by mx minus 3my minus n plus 5.
Remember, we cannot keep a bracket within a bracket. That's what I told you earlier also. So we do have to open this. Don't leave your answer here. You lose marks. So this is your final answer.
Okay.
So Ramya, Ishan, any other down? Aryan? Okay, all clear,
No,
everyone?
sir.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
let's go ahead. Okay. We did splitting the middle term last year. Do you all remember that?
Yes.
This was also of the of quadratic equations in which we have ax squared plus minus bx plus minus c. Pakhi, Ishan, Ananya, do you know this one? Splitting middle term method. Did you do this in your school last year? Even though it was not there on the syllabus, it was cancelled from the syllabus. Do you remember this? Ishan, can you recall what do we do over here?
Well, I don't know with the formula. Just
There's no formula method that we have learned so far. Formula will come next year. In this year, in 8th, we did you do splitting the middle term in 8th?
yeah, we did, but not with this ax square plus minus bx plus minus c.
You did with which? Okay, do this way. X squared plus 5x plus 6. This is the same as this. What do we do here? How do I split this middle term?
3x plus 2x.
And how do you decide how is it 3x and 2x?
Yeah, so its product would be 6x square and its addition would be 5x.
Its product would be plus 6 and its sum would be plus 5. Okay, this is what we did, remember? Paki,
Yes.
are you clear on this one? Ananya,
Yes.
Paki, are you clear?
Sir, I'm not sure because last year
Let's do
also
it
I
again.
wasn't able to do it.
Okay, no problem. Let's do this again. Now, these kind of expressions in which the degree of a polynomial is equal to 2. You all remember what is the degree of a polynomial? Aryan, what is the degree of the polynomial?
Say I don't.
What do you mean you don't know?
remember
Aryan, we had this last year. We had done this in detail. What is the degree of a polynomial? You're still in vacation mode, it seems. Sarah, what is degree of a polynomial?
Sir, is it the power which a number or
Highest power of the
variable has?
Yeah, the highest power of the variables. So if you see over here, the variable x has the highest power 2 in this case. So this degree is 2. These kind of polynomials, they are known as quadratic polynomials. Okay. So what are we going to do now? We're going to split quadratic polynomials by using splitting the middle term. Aryan, recall we did this last year? Yeah. Okay. Now, how do we do this? We want to split this middle term into 2 basic factors. Okay. This is the first term and this is the second term. How do we decide what the terms are going to be? There's a rule for that. We want 2 terms whose product is AC, that is A into C. Okay. And whose sum is B, this middle term. You have to take the plus minus signs into consideration. Right? So I want 2 terms whose product is AC and the sum is the middle term B, the coefficients. Not x's, just the coefficients. And then we choose the terms by using our logic. Let's take an example. We have x squared plus 5x plus 6. So if we compare this to ax squared plus bx plus 6, ax squared plus bx plus c, what is the value of a over here, Paki? You're on mute.
1.
1. What's the value of b?
1.
B is 1. How?
Oh, okay. 5. Yeah.
5. Whatever is associated with x, that will become the term b. And what is c over here? Plus 6.
6.
Remember to write down the plus minus because these are important. Okay. Now, look at this. So what are we saying? We want the product to be a into c, which is plus 1 into plus 6, which is plus 6. Right? And we want sum to be center term, which is plus 5. Now, how do we see this? How do we find this? What we do is we start with the product term and start taking out its factors. So we start with plus 6. We take out the factors first and we make the factor t. It'll be 1 and 6. Right? Can I make 1 and 6 as plus 5 here? I want the product. If I multiply them, I want 5 plus 5 and I want the sum to be plus 5. Can I do that? Ishan, tell me which term, 1 and 6, how does it work out, Ishan?
Yeah, sum can be 6 minus 1, but its product cannot be 6.
So it cannot fit.
Would be minus.
It cannot be. Supposing I take this as plus and I take this as minus, the sum works out, but the product works out to be minus 6. So these factors cannot be taken. Ananya, are you clear here? Paki, clear? Both the rules have to be applied, both the sum as well as the product. So let's take another factor. So another factor of 6, you know, is 2 and 3. Let's try. We want sum as +5. So I'm going to take plus and plus. And the product of +2 and +3 is +6. So both are applicable, both suit, right? So our factors are
Yes.
+2 and +3. Now what am I going to do is, I'm going to split this into 2x and 3x. Both are plus and plus from what we got here, right? So my final equation now becomes x squared plus 2x plus 3x plus 6. Whatever plus minus sign is put here, it's the same sign which we come down. So now instead of 3 terms, we have 4 terms. And now we can proceed normally by grouping. So take out x common, we'll get x plus 2 plus 3, x plus 2. Again, x plus 2 into x plus 3. That is our final answer. Copy this down. Then I'll give you a few more hints to solve these kind of problems quickly. Splitting the middle term, factorizing quadratic expressions is very, very important. It's going to stay till the time you're doing algebra, till you're doing maths. Done, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Anyone still copying? Raise your hand. Now, if you see over here, there are a few hints we can do. Whenever the power of A is 1, okay? To check if your answer is correct, whenever the power of A is 1, then directly the factors which we get, we can put it as x plus minus whatever the first term is, or x plus minus whatever the second term is. So we got plus 2 and plus 3 here. So ultimately, directly, once you know the factors, you could have, instead of doing these steps here, we could have just put x plus a into the x plus b here. In this case, a and b are the plus 2 and plus 3. So we'll get x plus 2 into x plus 3. This is just to check your answer. You need to show this because this carries marks in your working column, right? But ultimately, these factors are the same one that you'll get here. If and only if a is equal to 1. If we have something like 6x squared plus 5x plus 3, then this is not applicable. Don't do this. Okay. Is that clear? This a and b are the first term and the second term. Don't get confused. Let me put this here. Okay. Let's solve another question then. All of you try this. X squared minus 5x minus 6. Try to factorize using splitting the middle term. Ananya, no, no, that's incorrect. Ishan, that's correct. Ananya, your plus minus are wrong. Check them properly. Rest of you hurry up. Ananya, it's correct now. Don't make the mistake of plus minus. That's what I told you earlier also. Check it carefully. Sarah, Aryan, Paki. Sarah, that's correct. Rajvi, solve it quickly. So Ramya. Aryan, that's correct. Okay, that's correct. So Ramya, are you able to solve this? Will you be able to unmute yourself or will you hang as usual?
Sir?
Yeah, let's solve this.
Yes, sir.
So what is the product?
5x.
No. We want the product as first term and the last term one, right? That'll be
Yes,
minus
sir.
6. And the sum will be the middle term, which is minus 5.
Yes, sir.
Can you give me factors of 6, which will add to minus 5 and product would be minus 6?
So 3 and 2.
Plus or minus?
So minus 3 and minus 2.
Okay, minus 3 and minus 2 add up to minus 5. But what is the product of minus 3 and minus 2?
So it's plus 6.
What do we want?
We want minus 6.
So doesn't hold true, right? So let's take the most easiest one. Let's take 1 and 6, the first one. Can I do
Yes, sir.
something? Can I take this as minus 6 and plus 1?
Yes, sir.
Can I get the answer? Do they add up to minus 5?
Yes, sir.
And is the product minus 6?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we know the terms now. So our ultimate answer, since x is 1, the coefficient of x squared is 1. Our answer ultimately is going to be x minus 6 into x plus 1. Okay, from here itself. But we cannot do this directly. We need to show the workings, right? So what are we going to do? We're going to do x squared plus x minus 6x minus 6. Yeah. Group.
Yes, sir.
As soon as we group, we change the sign. X is common, so we'll get x plus 1 minus of 6 into x plus 1, which is x plus 1 into x minus 6.
Okay,
Same
sir.
answer that we got here,
Yes, sir.
right? So this is just for you to check. Don't do this directly, you lose marks. Your workings carry marks, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
One thing to remember, when we do ax squared plus minus bx plus minus c, that's what I told you the format of the quadratic equation was. This is the same as if we can apply this for also a plus bx plus cx squared. Even then, it's the same thing. Okay, remember this. Instead of like x squared plus 5x plus 6, okay, supposing I get 6 plus 5x plus x squared, don't get confused. It's one and the same thing. Ultimately, you can just rearrange them and reach to this one only, right? Is this clear? Fine, let's do a quick sum. One more. X squared plus 5x minus 6. Try this one. Similar question. Only plus minus will change. We are doing all the sums in which the coefficient of x squared is 1. That's a is 1. Okay. Tomorrow's class will do coefficient is more than 1. Ananya, that's correct. Ishan, that's correct. Aryan, that's correct. So Ramya, Paki, Sarah, hurry up. So Ramya, that's correct. Sarah, that's correct. Paki, that's correct. Well done, everyone. So easy one. So ultimately, we are getting product as -6, sum is +5. So we get the factors as +6 and -1, right? So our final answer would be x + 6 into x - 1. You can do the splitting on your own, right? Any doubts, anyone so far? Do one more. Let's do 2x squared minus 7x plus 6. Quickly do this. We're running out of time. 2 minutes to solve this one. Two x squared minus 7x plus 6. Just take care of the product now. Product will be A into C. Remember that. Ishan, that's correct. Last 1 minute, everyone. Ananya, that's correct. Aryan, let's solve this. Tell me, what do we do? What is the product?
Yes, sir. So the product will be 12 and sum will be -7.
Right. So what are the factors of 12 which will give you
So
sum -7?
so -3 and -4.
So we can take 3 and 4 and take minus and minus. That'll be right. Okay, so split
Yes.
this. So we'll get 2x squared.
So 2x square minus 3x minus 4x plus 6.
Okay.
So
Group.
we will take x common. So x
No, first
2x
group.
minus
Wait,
3.
Aryan, wait.
Yes,
Aryan, first group. Then as soon as we
Yes,
group, what
sir,
are we going to do
sorry.
over here?
Yes, sorry, I forgot to tell you.
We put the
So
minus sign.
2x square.
No, we put the minus
Yes.
sign. Don't forget this. As soon as you group, before you take out x common, I want you to change the sign. If there is a minus outside.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then x into.
So then x into 2x minus 3 minus 2 into 2x minus 3. So 2x minus 3, x minus 2.
X minus 2. That's the correct answer. Now you see, because here the coefficient of x squared, a in this case is not equal to 1. So I could not do this x minus 3, x minus 4, which we did earlier. Okay, this was wrong. You saw this over here? We changed the factors here. That is only applicable if the a was 1. Here a is 2. So don't do it like that. Then you will have to do it the long way. Right? Is this clear, everyone? Paki, doubt?
No, sir, I just did it like 2x square minus 4x minus 3x minus 6
That's
that
okay,
way.
fine.
The
Yeah,
answer is same.
Answer
Yeah.
will come the same. Whether you do minus 3x or minus 4x and or minus 4x minus 3x, it's the same thing. Ultimately, you're going to reach to the same answer. Right? Clear, everyone, on this factorization of quadratics, that's splitting the middle terms. So you can log in for science. We'll continue tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye.